Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're having a great weekend. I've just got a very brief short empties video for you. I've not been doing very well with burning the last couple of months because I've just had such a busy time at work. Family things, weddings, all that kind of jazz. So it's very small, so let's just get it over and done with so I can get these recycled and gone out of the house. So first up, I've got this little Aroma Works candle. This was part of a set that I got, I think, for Christmas. It's just like a spa type scent. I think it does give you a scent description. So it's ylang ylang and patchouli. Not overly strong. Obviously, it's a small tea light type candle, but it would have been perfect in a bathroom. It was actually lit in my living room, which is probably a bad idea. But yeah, I would repurchase. I have seen these at Boundary Mill in much bigger candles, and one of my friends has got one and said it's really nice and it throws well. So I would consider buying that in a larger candle. Next up, do these together. These are just two little tea lights that I got out of a set for Christmas. They were from Next, I believe. Cherish and Happiness. It does tell you on the box, I think, what they are, but I've thrown the box away. They just smell kind of sweet and burnt. So again, small little votives like that. I'm not really going to throw too much, so didn't get much out of those, but they were a Christmas present and they were nice. They were nice ambience in the room. Next up, I've got Macaron Treats. This is one of my favourite candles, I think, from the Christmas collection last year. Really nice. You can see there's actually quite a lot of wax left in there though, unfortunately. Now that part was my fault because I knocked the candle as I was blowing it out, but it has gone literally all the way to the bottom. It didn't have the best burn, if I'm quite honest. You can see you've got rings and things in there, but it's breathing a lot of dust off, dog hair or whatever. But the scent is gorgeous, just a really true sweet scent, and it threw quite well. It did throw quite well. Again, it's in the festive category, but I mean, I could burn that any time of year. It's just a sweet treat. Very nice. I would definitely get that again, and I would really like to get that in a melt cup. But I've not seen any melt cups for this in the UK. In fact, they're pretty poor in the UK, if I'm honest, for melt cups. But I really would like to get that in a melt cup. But hey-ho. Next up is this chamomile tea. This is a really old one. This is like a 2012 pour, which I picked up at Boundary Mill probably, what, a year and a half, maybe even 2 years ago. It had a nice burn. Unfortunately, it sooted at the end. I mean, that was my fault. You can see I let the candle kind of go a bit. So that was my fault. There was no sooting until the last burn, so totally my fault there. I don't blame the candle at all. Really nice scent. This throws for days. I mean, the tiny little thing like this. Again, it's my argument on the older candles, 2012, outperforming anything much newer. I can even really tell if I kind of compare the two. You can see the difference. Can you see the difference in kind of oils? I mean, I know different colours and it's probably quite hard to pick up, but they're totally different, like formulation, totally different altogether. And whatever they did with these ones, I wish they'd bring it back because, yeah, it absolutely blew the windows out, the scent on that one. I've got a couple more of these, and if I ever see an old candle like this again, 12, 13, whatever, I would definitely pick them up. Next up, I've got a candle that I didn't actually haul. It's kind of a recent pickup, but I didn't haul it just because I didn't have time to do a video and I wanted to actually burn it, and it was a bit of a mare of a candle, to be fair. And it's the Colonial candle in Tropical Nectar, and you can see it's from TK Maxx there, £6.99, should have been £17.99. There's no pour date or anything on this that I can see. Yeah, it was a bit of a nightmare. You can see you've got rings everywhere. The wicks were fine, actually. There were nothing really too badly wrong with the wicks. It's just it never really properly pulled out on one side, but they are central wicks. Now, whether one wick were bigger than the other, I don't know, but it didn't throw too well. It was kind of I wouldn't even call it tropical, to be honest. It was just like a sweet, sherbety type scent, really. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend this one, and I won't be getting this one again. If I see it in TK Maxx, there's quite a bit of, there's a good 2 inches of wax left in that one, so not a great candle for me. And then next, I've just got quite a few votives and melts that I've gone through. So first one is Wild Mint, and I believe there's a date on it somewhere. It's the 16 pour. You can just see it there where my finger is, hopefully. This one, I didn't like the scent on cold. Wild mint to me smells like cat pee. I'm sorry to people that do like wild mint, but to me it just smells like male cat pee. We used to have a male tomcat when we were kids that actually never ever got neutered. I don't think he did. And he was an outside cat. He did used to come inside, but he preferred to be outside. And he was locked in the house one night and he peed, and oh my goodness. We literally had to pull floorboards up to get rid of the scent, and that's kind of what it reminds me of. It's not a favourite. This didn't throw at all. Even if you were hanging your nose over it, you couldn't smell it. It was burnt as a votive. It wasn't cut up and put into a tart burner, which is probably what I should have done. But yeah, wouldn't recommend that. Definitely will not be in my collection. It's not a favourite. Blech, no. Next up, we've got vanilla. This one, I think I finished this off last night actually. In the votive again, it's a 2016 pour, if you can just see where my finger is there. This one was quite pleasant, quite generic, quite pleasant. It did throw fairly well, just a sweet type scent, so yeah, nothing special. Really probably wouldn't purchase that one. Next up is Verbena, which I was told was a dupe for, or no, is a repackage or something for, is it saltwater taffy that's in the USA, I believe? Not sure. This one I really like the scent of. It did throw, I mean it was not massively, it was probably like a 4 out of 10 or something, but I could smell it when I walked into the room. I really like the scent on cold. The scent on warm is slightly different to the scent on cold to my nose anyway, but I would purchase this probably in tart form, possibly a small jar, maybe a medium jar. Probably wouldn't want it in a large jar, but yeah, that was a very nice one. Enjoyed burning that. Next up is Linden Tree. Now this is the one that out of the packet that I bought that I thought I was going to love. It kind of like made all the other candles smell the same when they were packaged. It's a florally scent, but it's got a green floral. It's quite fresh. However, cold sniff to warm burn is not anything like each other. I didn't like the scent. In fact, I didn't even finish the votive. It was a powerhouse. It really was a powerhouse. I give it a 9 out of 10. It really did fill up the living room, but it wasn't a scent I liked. It was just too cloying, too much, and I had to blow it out and kind of throw half of it away because I just didn't like it. And I'm glad I tried it in a votive first, because smelling it on cold, I probably would have thought, oh yeah, I'll have a large jar in that, and it'd been one of them that I made a mistake on because I was not a fan. So it depends how much you like your green florals. Maybe if you were burning it in an open plan house, it might have been better. It was in a sitting room with the door closed, so if it had had a chance to kind of like permeate the house a bit more, it might have been okay, but not for me, that one. And then on to a few tarts. So I burnt through, this is obviously quite an old one, you can see it's gone a bit funky, the wrapping. This is Pano Raisin. I don't think it's got a date on it. Some of them do, some of them don't. No, I think it's a bit old. It's in kind of the old wrapping that doesn't have the perforation. This was bought originally from Boundary Mill, as you can see. I got 20% off. This was really nice. I burnt this on Friday night, I think, and I really enjoyed it. It just smells like I wouldn't say it's a Pano Raisin, maybe it's the same thing. We call it a Chelsea bun or a Danish. But yeah, it smells sweet, cinnamony, raisiny, bakery, very nice. I would definitely get this in tart form again. I would get it in a milk cup if I could find it, and I would probably buy it in a candle as well because it was nice. Next up is Season of Peace. This was burnt upstairs on the landing. Tried and tested, one of my favourites. It is a winter candle, but it smells like Body Shop white musk to me. So I burn this anytime. This was up on the landing and it was really strong. Threw down the stairs, really nice, and I could smell it the next day as well when I walked past it. So yeah, one of my favourites like that. Next up we've got Margarita Party. I had high hopes for this one. I've never ever seen Margarita Time in the UK, and I hear people raving about it, but I found this one, Margarita Party, by the Simply Home. Obviously it's fairly old because Simply Home is obviously discontinued. However, I was massively disappointed in this. I put it in the warmer. I think it was Friday night as well. I think when the Pano Raisin died off, whichever way around it was, I think it was on the same day anyway. And nothing, I got nothing from it unless my nose was hanging over it, and even then I just got like a slight tang of off lime really. nothing whatsoever. But then again, it's probably is a fairly old one. But I would really like to try Margarita Time because I've heard good things about it. I just can't find it, that's the only thing. So I wouldn't get this one again in this form, even though I won't be able to because they don't sell it anymore. But I wasn't a fan of it. And then lastly, this one, bit inside out, and it's another Simply Home one, so you can see I'm trying to clear out the old stuff. It's tangerine and vanilla. This was on last night in my Sabrina cat. As you can see, she needs a bit of a clean. She's got a bit of wax dripping down her because I kind of cotton balled it out to change it up. But this one was really nice. In fact, it's still in there. It's still that burning from, not obviously 24 hours, but it's been relit again today. And it's still fairly strong. I can smell it when I walk in a room. So yeah, can't buy these again, but you'll be able to buy some kind of variation. Really like it. It smells like a sherbet. If ever you've had those Swizzles dip dabs, where you get like a candy stick and 2 or 3 little compartments of sherbet, it smells like the orange sherbet in there. It's really nice. I would recommend that one definitely. And that is everything. So as I said, it was only a very small empties because I've really not had time to burn anything. So I'm hoping this month to obviously get going a bit more and get some of these large candles going. But that's everything from me. So take care, guys. Enjoy what's the rest of your weekend, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.